good? What's good, everybody? What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? This is Sports in the Morning show. My boy Mo, right here, man. Mo ain't on today, so we got a replacement, Jory, and my boy Will in the building.
How y'all doing this morning?
How you good people doing this morning?
All right.
How you doing?
I'm doing awesome, man.
How about yourself?
Doing good.
Hey, Will, man, you do a good job on that wrestling, man. I gotta commend you on that one, Will. I gotta commend you on that one, man.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you good, man. You good. So, Will, as you know, you will be on here for the first segment, first sports segment. Maria will pull up right behind you, at to finish off everything, and Jerry will be up here with me throughout the whole day. So, other than that, let's get started, man. So we got KD coming out and saying offenses wins championships. Undervaluing defense. Basically, he's undervaluing defense in the playoffs. Is that true? Will, I'm gonna start with you. Is that true? Do offenses win championships, or do we make some for it?
I don't think so. At some point, you gotta get a stop somewhere. I mean, you can't win all your games 146 to 144. You're gonna have an offshoot night. And I think defense is important. You have some teams that won championships based off their defense. Look at what the Pistons did. And go back, even though the Warriors didn't have a great individual defender, they played good team defense in their championship runs. So no, I don't agree with that statement. It was an idiotic statement to say. This stupid. Come on, man.
Jerry, go ahead.
Pretty much right along what you said. It's like, come on, Kevin. I understand you're not known for playing particularly good defense, but to completely undermine it, it's absurd. Because whoever scores the most points win the game, but you got to stop somebody from scoring too. Like if you have an off game, at least make sure the other team has an off game too. That way it's. And it's like, that's one of the most annoying takes in sports when people start saying, offense do more. I'm like, offense wins games, but defense wins championships. Because when it comes down to it in the fourth quarter and you need a stop, you're not relying on your offense to get you a stop. And then your defense leads into your offense. So if you don't have a good defense, what are you doing on the court? Pretty much. So I feel like defense. In a championship team, the whole team has to be balanced, but defense does win championships. More importantly.
Case in point, look at those Don Nelson teams from back in the day. All offense, no defense, and what did they win?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yep.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Mike D'Antoni is a good example to that. Offense, don't play no defense. The only real opportunity he had was 2017 when Chris Paul actually got hurt. You can make a case, but I don't use that as no excuse. We should know where hell missed 27 straight goddamn shots in the game number 7 to even be in that consideration. We still could have ended up whooping the Warriors, but other than that, I'm just saying his offense, like he was the first one to kind of build that 7 seconds or less offense. Hurry up, get down the floor, score, get back, and all that. You're doing all that, but don't play no defense. If you can't stop the ball from going in the basket, then all that scoring doesn't matter. If you can't stop the ball from going in the basket, it's just like in the NFL. If you can't stop the other team from going down there and scoring, hey, it doesn't matter how many points you score. You got to stop the other team. You got to stop the other team from going down there and score. Speaking of my Texans, couldn't do that last year, but other than that, that's another story for another day. That's another story for another day.
It's like a track meet if you don't play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, it's like a track meet if you don't play defense. I'm like, you're gonna need.
You do no favors if you don't. You do yourself no favors by not playing defense. You do yourself no favor.
You ain't lying about that. So we got Key in the building. We got Sajin always in the building. You say got Key in the building. Key hard. You're harder working than me, Key. I ain't the hardest working person. You're hard working than me. We got Kyle in the building saying good morning. Good morning to everybody. All right, so we do agree that defense does win championships. He said you gotta play defense. Yeah, you definitely gotta play defense. So if you can't stop the other team from scoring, then all those points don't matter. You can score 100, you can score 150, but if you're giving up 200, it's not a good recipe. For example, if you're giving up 200, you're giving up 200. So other than that, we got the next topic, and it's about Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks, which is I don't got too much faith in the Atlanta Hawks. I already know they did a good job though. They signed one of my favorite players back in Murray, which is I'm happy for him that he got paid. But Trae Young said championships will be basically brought to the organization of Atlanta.
You're talking to two people who live in Georgia. We see the truth.
The day that happened.
We see the truth. We live in Georgia. You see the truth. We see it for what it is.
I live here.
Go ahead.
We live here.
Go ahead, Jerry.
I will fly down 20 doing 110. I promise you. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. We already know. Will don't even believe in that. Nobody on this panel believing they would do it. So I'm gonna throw a question. I'm gonna throw a real question before Will answer it. So, Will, I hate to bring this up though. Which team would you bank on winning a championship? If you had out of Atlanta and Chicago, which one would win it first?
Oh, the Bulls will win first. The Bulls will win first. The Bulls will win first. I'm telling you. The Bulls will win first. And that's a bad thing to say because our front office is a shade above Atlanta's, but we'll win first before they would. We will. That situation in Atlanta is terrible. Terrible. And I'm telling people, let Click Capella go. Let him go. Who will be next? Trae Young will be next to go. That GM is running that team like he's Tecmo basketball from back in the day. That's how he's running that team in Atlanta. That don't make no sense. None. Come on now.
And it's been like that for years.
Yeah. They have no clue on what they want to do.
For years.
Identity. No clue, no identity. You want to talk about not playing defense? That's Trae Young all day long. That's Trae Young all day long. I mean, he's undersized to begin with, but
that's him right there.
But that's him right there. Can he pull up? Can he pull up from half court? Yeah. But on the other end, he gonna give up that same three he hit. He gonna give up that other. He gonna give up a three on the other end.
Yep.
That team is just in disarray right now. You know who I feel sorry for? I know about 6 Hawks fans, and I feel for them every season because they ain't gonna be no good.
All right, so Jerry, which team?
I'm like, I'm not going to watch that.
I ain't paying no money for it. No. The last time I paid money for a Hawks game was when Chicago rolled in town and Michael Jordan was playing. Other than that, that's it.
Which team will win it
I
first?
go to more Dreams games than I do to the Hawks game.
The Dream way more exciting. The Atlanta Dream way more exciting. They way more exciting. I watched WNBA already. You already know. I watched that already. They way more exciting. Shit, I don't even want to make it seem like it's I don't want to make it really seem, but that girl Ryan Howard, she bad. Bad though. I ain't gonna lie to you. But like I say, we'll bust out laughing when I said who win first. Y'all, hey, in the chat, y'all let me know, the people in the chat, who will win the championship first out of Atlanta and Chicago. Who would win the championship first out of them two teams? Who win it first? You say who? You say the Thunder win first.
I believe that too. I believe that too. The Hawks are just in bad shape, man. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy for Deion. I'm happy for Murray to get the bag. I'm happy to see that. But you let Collins go for nothing.
Yeah, but Atlanta been wanting to give him up though. Atlanta been wanting to do that. They been wanted to do that. They
didn't want to pay him nothing. They didn't want to pay him nothing.
They been wanted to let him go. They wanted him to go. They've been wanting him to go like 3 years ago, ever since he got into that altercation with Trae Young, and he called out actually Trae Young, and then the next game, Trae Young decided not to pass the ball throughout the whole game and not even try to do nothing with the ball. And then he was going, and Trae Young is a bad teammate because he had an option. He had an option to sit on the bench with his teammates and support his team. You know what he did? He decided to stay at home.
I remember that.
In the media asked him that same question. He said, Why is you not supporting your teammates? Why is you not on the bench to support your teammate? Ain't that's what a leader do? And Trae Young was just going back and forth with the interview person. He said that's the reason why you're interviewing now. But ain't that's the method though? When you're not playing, or even when you don't sit you on the bench, ain't you supposed to be out there supporting your guys, supporting your teammates? Ain't that what leader supposed to be doing? Not just sitting at home watching from the TV and stuff like that. You supposed to be on the bench supporting your teammates.
That's right.
And again, Trae Young he has that I believe.
That's why the city finna turn on them soon if they haven't already.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I know that for a fact.
It's gonna happen.
Yep, definitely. So we all agree they not winning the title. They're not winning the title.
Cool. I saw your comment down there. I'm telling you, there ain't no way in HELL that roster gonna get turned over anytime soon. Ain't no way that roster gonna get turned anytime soon. The front office in Atlanta is just so adept at what they're doing. And like I say, you have to have direction. You have to have some type of identity to go off of. The Hawks don't know it. The Hawks don't have it. So I don't think that's going to happen with them anytime soon.
Got you.
They need a basketball person up in there who they really need. They really don't have that right now.
I forgot those people name. I know somebody young. I know somebody young in the front office that actually runs the front office. It's a young person that runs. I believe it's the owner's son, right? That runs Atlanta. Yeah, he runs the front office in Atlanta. I believe that's who it is. That traded away some first round picks for Murray. Go ahead, Jer.
I said that's why it's a mess in Atlanta, because you got nepotism. Go get a basketball person.
They got I watched something on the Atlanta Hawks. They got a young guy over the squad. They got a young guy with the GM. They got a young guy GM, but the dad got all the power. The dad got to say so who he wants to get and who they want. And then the son will try to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So so that's what it is right there. So so we got Justin Fields said he's going to Justin Fields basically said he's going to 5 running quarterbacks of all time. He's going to be one of the 5 running quarterbacks of all time. What you think about that, Will?
You really want to say that? I mean, because
Chicago in the news now. You got Chicago.
If you running by design, I get it. But a lot of times he wasn't running by design. He was running because he had to. I guess fix your offensive line issues, which the Bears are trying to do. You fix your offensive line issues. I can see that. He's talented enough to do that. They're trying to upgrade the receiver core. They're trying to get better out there in Chicago. They got a bright future with a bunch of picks. So I could see that happening if they fix the offensive line. And like I said, you run by design and not because you have to run off of being flushed out of the pocket.
Go ahead, Jay.
Okay, like I thought he was projecting, right? Not saying that he's one of the top 5 now, right? If he was saying it like that, I'm like, no, not, because of like you've done a lot without doing much of anything. Like those are not designed runs most of the time. Like Will said, most of the time you're for your life because your offensive line was made out of Swiss cheese. So it's like you have the talent, but that the way that talent has been used has not been conducive to winning football games. So like Chicago's rebuilding the team around him. protecting him. They're getting a solid defense around him too, and they're trying to hit him with receivers help. But I don't think Claypool is going to be worth. But that's neither here or there. But within
I
the next, like, yeah, if the team comes together the way they want it to come together and how it should come together, this is a conversation that's going to have to be visited in a few years. But right now, no.
I do like the addition of DJ Moore. I
Yeah.
do love that pick. That gives him a number one receiver. Claypool can be a good number two.
I forgot about him.
So I do like that addition. They also made some upgrades in the running game as well. So, like I said, they're a young team. It can happen, but they still got a lot of things they need to improve upon. And I saw a comment earlier saying he's following in the same footsteps as Josh Allen. Yeah, he really is following, and that's a good point. He really is following in the same footsteps of Josh Allen. There's just one difference though. Josh Allen can take that beating. That's a big boy. You're not as big as him. so um so you got to be careful with that. But yeah, Chicago, they're trying to get there. And once you get the offensive line issues squared away, I could see it. He's not top 5 right now, but he can but he can definitely get there.
I mean, really, is he following the same footsteps with Josh Allen? Is he really doing that? Because Josh Allen, who has a better wide receiving core, he has a better offensive line, he has a better running game, he has a way better defense than Chicago. Last year, Chicago was just terrible all around.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt bad for Justin Field. Justin Field, every single time he dropped back, he had to run for his life. No, the receivers. I mean, you talking about Claypool? I don't even call that dude that. I call him Finding Nemo because he literally hasn't showed up since his rookie year. Chase Claypool hasn't not been good since his rookie year. He has been horrible. He has been horrible, and you still can't find him. You can't even find him at training camp. You still can't even find him. You can rarely find. You can find him at training camp. So I don't until I see some improvement in Chase
Because he's
Claypool. You say what, Jerry?
because he got somewhere trying to be a supermodel.
He
I love it.
I said, man, I can't find Chase Claypool. Just like the same thing, Juju Smith-Schuster. All of a sudden now he's a good wide receiver just because he had 1,000 yards, 900 yards with Patrick Mahomes after he didn't have Antonio Brown over there with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So other than that, now he gets that big. I guess the New England Patriots kind of sold on Juju Smith-Schuster after playing with Patrick Mahomes and winning the Super Bowl with Patrick Mahomes. But this Bears team should be better. They should. They on paper they should actually be better with DJ Moore, like Kyle mentioned. I like that dude right there. That dude is an underrated wide receiver. I really like DJ Moore. And also they got a sleeper at running back. I think that's gonna play backup role. I don't think he's gonna start. I got my guy Roshan Johnson out of Texas. I think he's gonna be a hell of a backup in the backfield. So I'm expecting some big things. Detroit, they added. From the Chicago Bears, they did get their offensive line too, but you never know. You would never know until you see it on the field. Is it really retooled? Is it going to be really retooled or not? Or are you going to still have Justin Fields running for his life? But he already had better weapons than he had last year. And Darnell Mooney is no more than the number 2 wide receiver. He's no more than the number 2. So
would you say I think this, if you get what you should get out of Claypool, because I still think Claypool is a talent. He's a head case, but he's also a talent. If you get number 2 production, I think that knocks Mooney down to being your 3rd receiver.
Hey, I wouldn't really mind that. I mean, as long as the receivers are better, I like DJ Moore. If DJ Moore, you should be able to DJ Moore should take a lot of pressure off that receiving core. And Chase Claypool should be able to do something with DJ Moore in the helm. He should be able to do something. Darnell Mooney should be able to get off. Darnell Mooney should definitely be able to get off. Definitely be able to get off. So with DJ Moore being a better wide receiver over there. So and I'm happy for DJ Moore, man. And I'm happy for Justin Fields that he got somebody that finally
Yeah.
Too.
That was a good pickup for them. Great pickup. I love it.
Chase Claypool move back to the slot actually will help him. But we'll see. For right now, I can't find him. I can't see him. I don't see him. I can't find him. I can't find him. But he was better at Pittsburgh. That was the only year. I think he was better in Pittsburgh. That was his rookie year. He was really good. And after that, you ain't seen him since. You ain't seen he just disappears like he ain't been on the field no more. What'd you say, Jared?
Because it literally, because he had Juju on the other side, to make his rookie year pretty special. Because he had,
I think Juju played with injuries.
I think Claypool will be a solid.
Did Juju play the whole year with the Steelers? Because Juju wasn't good. Juju hasn't been good since his rookie year. This is about his second best year. This actually Juju's second best year. Really?
I think Juju is fool's gold. I think he's fool's gold. I think the Patriots are going to be in for a rude awakening when you get him out on that field. Because when you target him, without a good weapon on the other side, which the Patriots don't have, I just don't think he's going to be as productive as they think he will be.
Yeah, because I remember him playing the slot. Claypool playing the slot his rookie season. He was a hell of a player. I remember that because I believe he had 1,000 yards. He came out of Notre Dame. I remember him, Chase Claypool at the University of Notre Dame. I do remember Chase Claypool. Claypool in that situation right there. So other than that, we don't got many topics, but we get to the how about this? The worst and best jerseys. He said, Chris said Juju stinks.
He's fool's gold. I just don't think the Patriots are going to get a good value out of him. I just don't think they will. I definitely ain't picking him up in fantasy. Oh, heck no.
Well, I'm gonna leave him on the sideline. You ain't got to worry. He ain't got to worry about that. I'm keeping him on the sideline.
I ain't messing with him.
I'm keeping him on the sideline. So, give me the best and worst uniforms. Give me the best and worst uniforms.
Who's starting?
Don't matter. You can go ahead, Jerry. I'll start with you first.
Cause like my three of my worst is, remember when the NFL did that whole color run?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they had Jacksonville like bottles of mustard.
Yep.
That was horrible. As much as people love the Steelers, they look like bumblebees, and it literally makes my head hurt.
Right,
fly around like that. Falcons great. It wasn't ugly, but it was poorly. They could have did that a whole better way. The Falcons gradient. Now my best ones. Now I do like the Lakers City jersey. I love that one. I actually, if one comes available, I'll be the first one to get. Oregon football always has good football jerseys. I like loud colors, so I'm like, I love it. And then I'm gonna be a little homer here. My Titans, they're baby blues, like the all blue.
Yep.
That's pretty fire too. I like it. Those are mine.
All right. Will. Go ahead. Right. I love my Saints color rush jersey. That's my favorite. Gotta go with my boys, man. My Saints gonna prove a lot of people wrong up here. Who that? I gotta go with Jacksonville's road jersey. I love that road jersey. The Jacksonville road jersey. My other one, Florida State. That garnet and gold. That thing is awesome. My worst jerseys, the Cleveland Browns. I don't get it. It's like just a big coffee stain somewhere on your rug or something. I don't understand those. I don't like the Cowboys. I don't like nothing of the Cowboys jerseys, home or away. And my last jersey, and my last jersey, those old. I don't know if you've seen them. Those old school Golden State Warriors jerseys. You ever seen those?
Oh, which
one?
Talk on it. It's a different. It's the old school logo with the city on it, and it's like a yellow color. I don't know if you've seen that old school jersey. I don't like that one. Yeah, I don't like that one at all. No. So those are mine.
Got you, got you, got you, got you, got you.
He said Hawaii. He said Hawaii. And the Jets jersey. This has been fun this morning.
All right, so I'm gonna do this. The Miami Dolphins said, are the Miami Dolphins championship contenders?
Division
Right.
contenders. I wouldn't say championship contenders, but
Division.
definitely division
It
contenders.
really contends on Tua being healthy.
Yeah.
And if all of that martial arts training, which I know helps with break falling because I took karate, I know it helps with the back of the head hitting the ground hard. So I'm like, if that helps him to help stay healthy, I feel like this team should be top two in their division. I don't know about the rest, but top two in the division.
They got they got almost they have all the tools to be a really good division team. I just don't think they're there when you're looking at your Kansas City Chiefs, when you're looking at your Buffalo Bills, when you look at your Cincinnati Bengals. I don't think they're up to that level. But in terms of being a division contender, yes, they can be a division contender, but I just don't think they're a championship contender. Not yet.
I got you on that one. So before you go, Will, tell the people they can follow you at.
Oh, real quick. Monday night, the Sports Report podcast. We're talking about everything NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. So definitely check us out Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the Sports Report. Tuesday, Sports Report Fight Night. We talk everything about the world of professional wrestling. That's on Tuesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern. Sport on the Sports Report page, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Then you can catch me Wednesday. Right here. Coffee. You can catch me Wednesday right here. Coffee and Sports Show. Be right here. Sports Empire Network. Thursdays, I do Player versus Team from the Sidelines Network. That's at 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself and Zoe, we go ahead and break down everything that goes on in the NBA. Then Saturday night, it's the Geek Gauntlet Podcast. 10 p.m. Eastern, talk everything geek, anime, gaming, comics, whatever. We cover it. And that will be 10 p.m. Eastern. Again, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. And I thank you for letting me be here this morning, man.
You good, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here this morning with us. So we about to switch to our next contestant. Take care, Will. Our next contestant, man. Just happy to have her a part of the network. And now I gotta deal with two goddamn Tennessee Titans fans up on the stream with me at the same time. Other than that, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'm all right with it. Don't got a problem with it. But we got Maria in the building. Yeah, how you doing, Maria? How you doing today? You good? You muted.
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
I'm doing awesome.
I'm doing all
Yeah.
right.
So I guess I gotta deal with two Titans fans as of right now. All right. So, but I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm all right, y'all. Y'all don't have to do it to me. But other than that, all right. So, Mari, give me your thoughts. Give me your best or worst jerseys. Give me your best or worst jersey.
Okay, so for my worst, I did the majority of my stuff is basketball. That's what I did. But for the worst, I did the 06-08 Clippers jersey.
Okay.
I think it was orange, if I'm not mistaken. It was paying homage to like some Buffalo team. I don't know who that is, but I didn't like the orange. And then there was like a diagonal stripe that crossed the jersey, and it wasn't centered. It just looked horrible. And orange is like a hard color to pull off, I think, in terms of jerseys, anyways. And then for my favorites, I did, of course, the Vancouver Grizzlies jersey. I gotta cop me one of those for sure. And then I did the Toronto Raptors, the one with the little dinosaur on the front, the classic purple specifically, because my favorite color is purple. And then I guess for football, I would do the Tennessee Titans, baby blue, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Got you on that one. So we have a we had a little thing that I go ahead, Jory. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get out.
I like the baby blues.
Vancouver Grizzlies throwbacks. Jay said. Powder blue for the Chargers. Gene like
I,
Gene.
I
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jerry.
like the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Seen that type of colorway too often. Like it's an eyesore. The colors, but it looks nice.
Said Gene said 76ers. uh Gene, what you say you wasn't hold on, I gotta show love for Gene because I think he mentioned the Titans. I think he mentioned the Titans shirts. I think okay. Let's see. Let's see. Also, so he got the Titan. He said the Titans. He said the Titans and Bengals. All right. Gotcha. So Anthony Davis, the Lakers. Anthony Davis is due to a contract extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. It feels like the Lakers may end up re-signing him. So the question to y'all, should the Lakers actually re-sign Anthony Davis? Or should they move on from after this season? Jerry, I'm gonna start with you. Should you re-sign Anthony Davis?
As the Lakers fan, I'm gonna be real here. Depends on what LeBron James does. If LeBron James decides to go elsewhere, move on. Because once you split Braun from AD, you're not gonna get the same AD, and that's a fact. But if I'm looking at the organizational standpoint, if I'm looking at it organizationally, I am going to try to, because I do need that big defensive presence in the middle of the paint. But defensive inconsistency, but he's always been like that. But if I'm the Lakers front office with what I've already done, the pieces that I've already retained, the pieces that I've gotten, it would be wise to just go ahead and re-sign Anthony. Maybe, I don't know if it's possible, but another 2 to 3 years max. And then once Braun there, ship him up out of there. But that's my take on it. That's the smartest thing that the Lakers need to do.
I think the obvious answer would be to re-sign Anthony Davis. It's their best player. It's the best player on the team. Bet one of the best defenders in the league. You know, his offense might be inconsistent, but when AD on the court, that defense always, for the most part, is going to be there. I mean, there were some games where Anthony Davis showed up and showed out. You know, when Braun was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I would say their best bet would be to obviously re-sign Anthony Davis. You can't just easily get another player to take his spot. I don't think. Yeah, and especially to play beside a player like LeBron James, like that's a lot for a player. But yeah.
If y'all had to bank on LeBron James being there next year, would that put Anthony Davis like in a tight spiral? If I'm thinking about like I already know with LeBron, you will never know when LeBron what he's gonna do. You never know if he always. But one thing I like I said, I respect LeBron James because he always plays out his contract. He always does it. He ain't gonna never ask for a trade in the middle of the season to try to get away, no matter how bad the situation is. But if you was playing on the court and LeBron James is actually a free agent, and you thinking about it in your head, do I resign back? Because I don't know. It puts you in the tight. It puts your hands tied behind your back. Basically, it gets your handcuffs, but you don't know he's coming back. You don't know if he's coming back or not. Do you make that decision? Do you obviously take that decision if you're Anthony? If you're Anthony Davis, to say I don't know what LeBron James is gonna do, so I might as well turn down a contract extension and not come back because I don't know what he's gonna do. And he did say he was gonna play with his son. He did confirm that already. So Mario, if you're Anthony Davis, what would you actually be thinking if you was like in his situation and LeBron get James and giving you an indication to come back, giving you no indication to come back? What would you do? Would you still sign, or would you figure out the way to move on?
If I was Anthony Davis, I would still sign with the Lakers. I think they would be willing to build around AD or something like that. I th- I think the Lakers might be where AD spend the rest of his career. I don't see him being on any other team. Um, I don't know. I would just resign with the Lakers if I was Anthony Davis, even if LeBron decides not to come back, whatever. So yeah, that's what I would do.
All right. Go ahead, Jury. What would you do if you stuck if you was in Anthony Davis shoe? What would you be thinking?
One, I'm not letting another decision affect my pocket. So
That's right.
that's the
Yep.
first thing.
Okay.
So whatever
Okay.
LeBron do, I'm gonna make sure my pockets are lined regardless.
Got
So
you.
if I'm Anthony Davis and I get a bigger contract in Los Angeles to stay in Los Angeles, and I feel like that's the best spot for him is the Lakers, I'm staying in Los Angeles. Go play with his son. I'm staying here, especially if they're gonna build the team around me and get me efficient offensive weapon that'll offset my inefficiencies. So I'm like, the best thing for AD to do is really to stay in Los Angeles. If I'm AD, I'm staying.
Got you. Got you. So we got you. So Marlon said, I do respect. Yeah, he always finish out his contract. He ain't gonna never ditch you or anything. Now he probably has to trade people. He probably will do that. Probably trade some people up out of there or say what he want, what player that he want. But other than that, he gonna always be a great businessman and finish off what he got to do. He's gonna always do that. That's one thing you can count on LeBron James about is, hey, no matter how bad the team will be, he's gonna always finish out the contract. Now when he leaves, it's gonna be a different story. The team ain't gonna be no more the same. No team is no more the same without LeBron James. We already done seen that. We seen, Miami have him. He gave them 2 championships, and they still a competitive organization. They still a goddamn championship contender, and that's what they always gonna be as long as Pat Riley living. Cleveland, he left them in the dirt when he went to Miami. He comes back. All of a sudden, they competitive. They back to a relevancy again. He goes to LA. Cleveland has a bad 2 years. Now all of a sudden, good job. That's a definition of having a great front office too, because Cleveland able to draft well. They're able to get free agents. So you gotta give credit to Cleveland for how they definitely came back up. Even without LeBron James. The Lakers, were they good without LeBron James? Hell no, they wasn't good without LeBron James, but they're good with him. You're going to be competitive with him, in the suitable future. But other than that, when he leave, we'll see what Anthony Davis is going to do. We'll see what the Lakers are going to still be competitive without him. So we got OG Anunoby. The Raptors aren't serious on listening to trade offers on OG. Should the Raptors come off OG? I'm gonna start with you, Jared.
No, because it's like if they're not listening, obviously they see something. Are they not listening or are they listening?
They say they're not serious. They're not actually serious of listening.
They're not serious. Oh, so
They're
they
not
see
serious.
something in OG. They see OG as a piece that they can around, or as a OG is a pretty decent player. I think you can build some more pieces, fairly decent pieces. Toronto that we're talking about. They haven't done anything in 2019. So if I'm Toronto's front office, I'm not towards seriously trying to trade them, but I'm looking for some more better pieces to kind of put around him. Like, didn't Toronto just lose Van Vliet?
Yep.
Who's playing
They
with
lost
Toronto?
to the
So who's playing with
Rockets.
Toronto? So they're gonna need another. Huh? Yep. So they're gonna need another point. So they're gonna have to rebuild that team. So I'm not coming off of OG. I'm just going ahead and looking at free agency and trading and building my team back up. That's it.
Gotcha. Mario.
Me personally, I want OG on my team, but because he would help my team. But if I'm looking at it from the Raptors' perspective, I guess I would keep him. They can. I mean, they technically can still they're not obviously they're not final contenders, but I think that they could still be relevant in the playoffs with Pascal and OG, those two players. So yeah, I guess they should keep them. Keep them to remain relevant. Because if they lose him and Pascal, they they bottom of the barrel in the East.
Don't say you can't have everybody. Don't be another Freddie. You can't have everybody. Lakers can't have everybody. Lakers can't have OG. Memphis can't have everybody now. Memphis can't get everybody. Can't get everybody. So who gets traded first? Who gets traded first? Dame or Harden? Mario, I'm gonna start with you. Who gets traded first? If you had who gets traded first?
I'm hoping Dame gets traded first, but I think it's gonna be Harden. I really think it's gonna be Harden. I think. Yeah, I think Harden gets traded first. Yeah.
Jerry, who gets traded first? Harden or Dame?
I'm so sick and tired of talking about, but I think I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna think Dame gets traded first because the 76ers and James Harden are still having a entanglement thing going on where what they want to do. They want to get rid of him. Do they want to keep him? I personally think that the best spot right now for James Harden is to stay in Philadelphia. He might not want to stay in Philadelphia, but I think he needs to stay there. But I feel as long as it's going to take, there's a high probability that James gets traded first, but I think Dame gets traded first. Because I don't having that whole web of I don't know what they're doing, whether or not they're going to keep him or they're actually going to trade him. I don't know what that situation is, but Dame wants out, so I think that Dame is going to end up getting traded first for the.
Got you. He said, "Yeah, I know about that. I know about that. I've been knowing about that. I saw, you know what? I saw a picture of James Harden the other day. I saw actually a picture of James Harden the other day. That dude been eating a lot of those honey buns. Y'all know those honey buns that he gave the little baby. He been eating a lot of them in the off season. And that's the thing what's going on with James Harden. You piss him off, you frustrate him. Oh yeah, you ain't gonna never hear the end of that story. You already know he's going clubbing. He's going to little baby party. He's going to go eat honey buns. He's gonna eat the whole table. And he do got a restaurant out here in Houston. It's called 13th. So he beat 13. He been in out a lot. He been in out a lot this summer. So yeah, he kind of got a little bigger and out of shape. And he already let it be known that hey, I want about the 76ers and I want to go to the Clippers. So he already made that be known. It's rumored that he wants to play with Russell Westbrook, and all of a sudden Joel Embiid come out and say, "I will want to win a championship either here or some. If I can't, I'll go somewhere else and win it. Is that a big deal or that's a no big deal? Jerry, you looking like a mush in the face. You want to answer that question? Is that a big deal or no big deal?
I'm like, what is going on in Philadelphia? Now, because I just found that out like 2 seconds. Like, what's on? Now Joel Embiid is all of a sudden he wants a championship and he's either going to get it in Philadelphia. Can you stay healthy? Can you show up in a playoff game before we talk about championships, Mr. Embiid? Can you stay around? Like, come on. And then I did not know that. Well, because when the sources I've been reading been back and forth, but if he wants out and him going to the Clippers, is James Harden and Russell Westbrook gonna work together? I think we know the answer is no. Kawhi or Paul George, if one of them are still together, are they gonna work well with Westbrook? I don't think so. So I'm like, I don't think that's a good. But if he wants to go there and play around and track meet on the basketball court, go. He won't be getting a championship.
Yep. Mari, you can go ahead.
About Joel comments?
Yeah.
No, I'm not surprised. Players switching teams to win championships isn't new. But Dorian's right. Can't he show up in the playoffs though? Like that should be what he should be thinking about first instead of trying to join another team. and try to get the ring. Because if there have been times where if like Joel just show up, they could move farther. But it's like it's not happening.
Yep. And then y'all don't want me to go get. I don't want to get started. I don't want to get started. Y'all already know what I say about Joel Embiid. I don't want to go get started. I don't want to go get my notebook. And like I say again, he didn't technically come out and say he wanted out. He just said it's just sending the front office a message. Sending the front office a message. I don't got that much time to win. I don't got that much time in Philadelphia. So I'm trying to win a championship now. And I think this is the breaking point. I think he knows that. But first of all, it starts with him. It starts with Joel Embiid. It starts with you, not your teammates, not the organization. It starts with you. You supposed to be a top 3 player in the NBA. You cried about the MVP for 3 years. You finally got that goddamn MVP award. Now you decide to act a fool in the playoffs, that's what you've been doing. Now I got to hear all the excuses. He don't have the roster wasn't never good enough. The roster wasn't never good enough. That's crap. We all know. Y'all remember Jimmy Butler in 2017. If y'all remember Jimmy Butler being on the 76ers roster, y'all raise your hand. If you remember, right? Everybody raise your hand if you remember. If you remember Jimmy Butler on that roster. There we go, Jerry. If you remember Jimmy Butler, Ben Simmons, when he was an all-star on that roster, Tobias Harris was on now. I believe that's who was on now. And Jimmy Butler just came up in a trade that year. I believe that was 2019 when Toronto won a title and Kawhi Leonard broke their back. How many points did Joel Embiid average? 17 points per game. There we go, Jay. They're going to hand Joel Embiid average 17 points per game. So how's that the roster? How's that the roster fault? How's that the head coach fault? That a top 3 player averages 17 points per game in 2019. How's it the coaching and the roster fault? Roster fault that year. And you had all-star Jimmy Butler, who wanted to leave Minnesota. Minnesota haven't been to the playoffs in 16 straight years until they got Jimmy Butler. Their organization has been irrelevant since when Jimmy Butler came. They finally went to the playoffs. Philadelphia gets better, and he decides to have average 17 points per game in that whole series. That's the whole series, y'all. We got to understand. It just wasn't in one game. It was the whole series. So he averaged 17 points per game throughout that whole series. And we want to go to Atlanta, we can take it to Atlanta. Yes, Ben Simmons made the wrong decision. Was elected to miss a free throw, but elected to not dunk on little Trae Young. But you know what Joel Embiid decided to do? He had 8 turnovers. He had 8 turnovers in the game. Nobody brought that up. Nobody brought that 8 turnovers. Matter of fact, he had 2 games in that series. He had 8 turnovers, and both of them came actually back to back. So who is this? Joel Embiid? Is it a Joel Embiid fault, or is it the coach's fault? It's always going to be the coaches, and rightfully so. I don't mind them blaming Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons didn't play better, make it worse. But don't act like it was Ben Simmons. It was all Ben Simmons' fault. Don't overlook Joel Embiid having 8 turnovers in that series and back-to-back game when you lost a 25-point lead earlier in the series. No, that's on Joel Embiid right there. How about this year? I thought Doc Rivers was the problem. This year. What about the game 6? What about the game 6 he had? What about the game 7 that he had? What about the game 4 when PJ Tucker had to cuss him out? What about that? He didn't score. He couldn't score down the stretch in game 4. But you know who won that game? Who won that game in game 4? James Harden won that game in game 4. In the fourth quarter, James Harden had 12 points. The Sixers had 15. That's how the game actually got into overtime. And you know who showed up in the overtime? James Harden was the reason why they won game 4. Who was the reason why they won game 1? James Harden was the reason why they won game 1. So James Harden won you 2 games. He got you 2 games. Other than that, the series probably would have been a walkthrough. This is what I'm saying. If we're going to say Joel Embiid, a top 5 player in the league, we got to start holding this goddamn guy accountable. We got to stop making up excuses for the roster. Or as always, the roster is badly constructed. They were good enough. You win 7 games. You win 7 games with Boston. You were good enough. You were good enough to win. You went 6, which you shouldn't have won 6 with. You shouldn't have won 6 with Miami last year. You shouldn't have won 6 with Miami. But you want to say Joel Embiid was hurt the first 2 games. You want to say Joel Embiid was hurt the first 2 games. That's fine and dandy. But what about when he got back? What did he do when he get back? See, I'm just saying we need to start holding guys like that to a higher standard and stop always trying to make an excuse for the guy all the time. Now you got Nick Nurse this year. You're finally excited about Nick Nurse. What's going to be the problem this year? If the Sixers finish in the same boat that they finished last year, second round and out, who's going to be the excuse this year? Is Joel Embiid going to get a pass? Or is Nick Nurse going to be the person to blame? Or is Joel Embiid going to blame his teammates? Which is I would have been up in his face right after that game because the first thing he decided to do, me and James Harden need more help.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. It's a lack of accountability. It's a lack of accountability. And you're the leader of the team, and you just coming off a MVP, 33 point per game season, and all of a sudden you decide to dip your average to 23 points per game. I'm sorry I had to cook on Joel Embiid. Sorry I had to do that. But we got to stop trying to make an excuse talking about the goddamn roster all the time and start looking at that dude not getting the job done. And one bottom way, you have Jokic who could get the job done. You got a Jokic who elevates in the playoffs. You got a Jokic who elevates his game in the playoffs. Win or lose, he elevates his game in the playoffs. So we got to start holding these top 10-ish, top 5-ish, especially this guy. We got to stop giving this man so much excuses. We got to stop giving him so much excuses. Giannis got the same crap. When he lost in the first round, he got the same crap.
Mm-hmm.
He got the same crap. And he finally, what he did, he delivered with a championship. Now you don't hear it no more. So again, I definitely agree. He deserved the MVP. He deserved it the last 2 years. But I was not mad that Jokic got it. I was not mad that Jokic got it because he had a hell of a season. Joel Embiid finally got an MVP. He finally got his MVP. And look what he decided to do. It's the same stuff. Each and every year he does. And nobody holds the man accountable for it. Nobody holds the man come out and say, oh, it's him. Or it's always the coaching staff. It's always roster construction. He had the roster. Good enough. For the last 3 years, last couple of years, you're able to go 6 with Miami. He was able to go 7 with Boston. He was able to go 7 with Boston. So he was able to go 7 with Toronto, with Kawhi Leonard. So the rosters has been good enough to win. It just him ain't showing up. Joel Embiid ain't show up and play basketball. So I'll say, man, sorry for the rant, ladies and gentlemen, but just letting y'all know we got to start holding that guy to a higher standard. We got to start holding that guy to a higher standard than what everybody holding to instead of blaming coaches and the roster all the time. That's the first thing you bring up, and not him. So we going to LeBron James wearing the number 23 again. Jury, do you care?
No. It's time to cut the consistent number switching out. You're 40, you're pushing 40. Cut this crap out. And then he said it's for Bill Russell. He changed his numbers just like an angsty teen changes her clothes. Like, come on now. Pick a number and stick with it. I don't care if he changes his number from 3 to 0 to 1 to 5. Cut it out. Pick one and stay with it at this point in your career.
Got you. Mario?
I mean, him going back to 23 after he said a long time ago that nobody should wear 23 is kind of crazy. But I can understand the switch from 6 due to Bill Russell. But is the 2 numbers that he known for wearing have been worn by greats who have had better careers than him, which is crazy. I don't really care though. I mean, 23 LeBron is my favorite LeBron. I think with this new roster, LeBron about to go back to 2018 LeBron. I'm ready to see this. So yeah, I'm not surprised he changed. I am surprised. No, I'm not surprised that he changed it. I'm not surprised he chose 23. But yeah, I mean, I don't really. It is what it is. It's LeBron.
He said he changed.
That's what he said. That's
Part of
exactly
me
what he
really
said.
thinks that he
Out of
keeps
respect for
changing his number
MJ.
for attention. Part of me thinks he keeps doing this for attention.
He always do that. LeBron James, he always do that. Any type of attention LeBron James can get, he'll get it. He'll come out with it and get it. If he got to say something, if he got to trade someone, you'll hear him say it just to get the attention. But again, I say this dude.
Yep.
Yo, because I'm tired of the excuses. I'm tired of the excuses on that damn dude. That dude needs to be held accountable And I see it all the time. Oh, the roster's never good enough. No, he's never good enough. He's never good enough. He's never good enough in the playoffs. That dude's never good enough. That's for any superstar though. We should be able to do that to any guys that say that's when you're in that top 5 range. You're a superstar. When you're in the top 5 in the league, you're a superstar, and I'm expect you to hold up to that standard. Hold up to that standard. And in the playoffs, I expect you to hold up to that damn standard. If we gonna be, you call you a top 5 player. And that's supposed to be what you call a goddamn day. And then LeBron James just decide to come out with that. Him and Savannah come out with that crap. That supposed to be which I forgot who the day that supposed to be, but yo, golly, Asia Wilson. Shout out to Asia Wilson for being the best female basketball player. Shout out to her as well. That was a good one right there. That was a good one. He said jersey set, pay attention in jersey sales. Yup. You know everybody gonna get that for the Lakers 23. What do you have in Miami? He had 6. What do you have in Miami? He had 6, right? Okay. Yeah, 6. I know, man. That's why he switched to number 23, man. I think, like I say, man, I love that because guess what? I think Jordan is a better player, man. I think Jordan is actually a better ball player. I always value Jordan. Over him. So we go to the Warriors. Stephen Curry says the Warriors are more than natural buy or sell, begin a championship contender. Do y'all think the Warriors are championship contenders?
No.
All right.
No.
I don't anymore. It's weird because they still have the same core. They still got Dre, Clay, and Steph, which is technically all you need. They got the chemistry, they got the experience. They have all that, but I think it's just other teams. I feel like even with the addition of Chris Paul, Steph is right. They've gotten more mature.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Paul does have experience enough in the finals, but like one time, and then you got the other guys who have had experience with the core. But other teams have just gotten better. The Lakers are better. I think the Denver Nuggets as a team, they're better. I think the Grizzlies are better. They're younger. I mean, their experience isn't there, but they're younger. They have a chip on their shoulder due to them being younger and stuff like that. I just think that there are other teams that have gotten better than the Golden State Warriors. I don't think they're championship contenders anymore.
Gotcha on that one. Gotcha. Tell Desmond Bain, give me some of the let me hold some of that money. Go ahead, Jared.
No, they're not contenders. I agree that they are more mature, but the Golden State Warriors is not an addition by subtraction type situation. Just because you get rid of Jordan Poole and you lose some other players does not make you a championship contender. And then you acquire CP3. Now, the other teams, they're not just better in the conference, they're also bigger. So they're still small, if not smaller. Yeah. They need another big alongside Draymond, even though Draymond isn't a big to me. But maturity does help with the second unit. But as far as championship is, it would take a Cinderella run for them to get another championship at this point, the way their roster is constructed. A Cinderella run. I think their window is effectively over.
Yep, gotcha. I know that Desmond Bain, man, that's my guy, man. Desmond Bain, I've been knowing Desmond Bain for a long time. If y'all don't know, he used to stay across the street from me, man. That is my guy. Desmond Bain is one of my favorite players in the league, y'all. So Desmond Bain I like him. One job. So let me see. Are they really contenders in the Western Conference? So I'm gonna only go by this one. I'm gonna only really actually go by this. So I'm gonna start with Denver. We already know Denver. I'm gonna start with Denver. We already know Denver is championship contender. We already know they lost. They did lose Bruce Brown, but at the same time, no people say they should have brought him back. But I'm not paying them no $45 million. I'm not gonna do that at that point right there. But I still think they fine. We had Sacramento that made the playoffs. We had Sacramento. I think it's a possibility they can also take a step back, but I still think they are in the playoffs. They're not championship contenders. not going to get started with the Clippers. They would never be healthy enough. They would not be healthy enough in a playoff run or a season run. They would not be healthy enough. Yes, they got a lot of talent. They got all the talent they need and all the ingredients they need to win, to go to the Western Conference Finals, but they would never be healthy enough to play. And James Harden will be coming into training camp out of shape like he always do. Then someone get hurt, he gonna fall apart again. Any type of adversity, James Harden gonna fall apart. You're gonna have a problem. You're gonna have a problem with him. You got, let's see who else you got. You got Memphis. John Morant will be out for the first 25 games. I think they will be fine. I think Memphis will be fine once he comes back and get his crap together. I think Memphis will be good. They will be competing for at least a top 3 seed. They can be a tough out in the playoffs if only the key holds to Memphis is John Morant. That's the main guy. That's the main key to keep that team going. If he can be good, they can borderline be Western Conference Finals contenders right there. So who else you got? You got Dallas. They're going to have a good offense, but they're not going to have a good defense. They're going to have a good offense. They're going to score consistent. They're just not going to have a good defense. They're just not going to be able to play good enough defense. They're going to be able to score. They're going to be they're going to be able to compete for a playoff/play-in tournament team. But if I had to guess this year, they may be no more probably than a 7 seed. At best, they can be 5th. They can be a 5th seed. We got Oklahoma City. Can they have the year that they had last year, or will they have a nosedive? Would they have a nosedive? Who else you got? Who else out? Who else?
Suns.
The Suns. Yes, you're right. Thank you. Right there. All the Suns really championship contenders with the roster.
Definitely.
The roster is fine. The roster looks good. But can they stay? Can Kevin Durant stay on the floor? I think they got the talent for the championship contender. I think they got the talent. But that remains to be seen. Right there. My Rockets is not no threat in the West. We're not contenders. We're not no threat.
The Pelicans.
We can compete for a play-in tournament. I believe we'll be better. We'll compete for a play-in tournament, but that's it. That's the only thing it is right there with the roster constructing. We got the Pelicans, Zion.
I think they situation just like the Clippers. They star player can never stay healthy.
Yes. Yes. But it's just him alone. It's him alone.
True.
It's him alone too. It's the Clippers. It's Paul George and Kawhi. He don't want to. Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead.
I said it's because Zion just don't want to do it. He's lazy.
Hey, that's Carl. Yo, we'll win a championship for Atlanta. We'll win a championship before Atlanta. That's it. We'll be up there before Atlanta. There we go, Kyle. There we go. Yeah, I need something to be hyped up about. Yeah, Kyle. There we go. Yeah, facts. We'll be contending before Atlanta. Let them know. There we go. Zion eat too much of that New Orleans. Zion eat too much of that New Orleans gumbo, but I believe that's the only problem with the Pelicans. That's the only problem with the Pelicans. He's got to be healthy. The last time he was healthy, the New Orleans Pelicans was first in the West. They were first in the West the last time he was healthy. Now it just starts with him. The Clippers, that's with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. That's both of them combined. They can't stay on the floor. They got depth too. They got some good depth, but the problem is it's them guys. It's them got 2 guys right there. If they can stay healthy, that would be fine. But I'm not trusting them to ever stay healthy on the same team. But other than that, the West, I just think the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets are just that superior. I just think they're just that superior over everybody. But other than that, it is 2 wild card teams. It's 2 wild card teams. It is the Memphis Grizzlies and it is the Phoenix Suns. I think those are the 2 wild card teams for a dark horse in the Western Conference Finals right now. So that's if look at Brandon from there we go, Kyle, man. You done made my day, man. You made my day. All right, y'all. This is the last topic for the day before we get up out of here in this morning show. So other than that, shout out to the Cleveland Cavaliers. They won the Summer League Championship. They did beat my Rockets, and which is I'm proud. We finally got a taste of what winning feels like. We haven't had that in 3 years. We had that in 3 years, so we did finally get a taste of what winning is like. And we finally got coaches that know what the hell they doing. They know what the hell they doing on the court. instead of a coach like Steven Silas, that's been an assistant coach for 20 years. It's the reason why you been an assistant coach for 20 years. You haven't been a head coach. But other than that, is the Summer League championship, is it a big thing, you guys? Is it too much? Is it too much, though? Is it too much, a Summer League championship? Is it too much?
No.
Thank you.
No.
I don't think so.
No, it's not too much. Let people feel accomplished when they win stuff.
Thank
And if
you.
you haven't
Thank
won
you.
it,
Yes,
you probably never won anything in your life.
I agree.
Even though it's not a real NBA championship, but you're still the best team that's currently playing in a talent-filled league. That's an accomplishment worth being celebrated. So anybody who has a problem with it, go win something and then tell us how you feel.
Yeah, man, I did forget the Lakers. My bad. I forgot the Lakers.
You did.
I did forget about it. I swear to God, I did. Yeah, they can. I would call the Lakers championship contenders as of right now because they made the Western Conference Finals. So I would definitely call them. My bad, Brad. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot about the Lakers. You know, I forgot about the Lakers. That's on me. I brought up every other team besides the Lakers, but I would give them the benefit of a doubt of being just because they've been in the Western Conference Finals last year. As long as you got LeBron James and if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, they should be able to be fine. They should be good.
They should.
They better be good to go as long as they got them. But yeah, go ahead, Mari.
Yeah, and you have the young players trying to play towards something, obviously trying to get a spot on the team, but also them trying to win. Like that's the ultimate goal, to win games. And like the fact that they have a championship, the fact that they can be awarded for their play. You know, I see no issue with the Summer League championship. I like it.
Hey, you know what, Kyle? We got one finals more than the Atlanta Hawks. We got one finals more than the Atlanta Hawks. We made the Summer League title, Kyle. So we already off to a great start. We already off to a good start. I
definitely. The city of Atlanta's defense. This is not a sports town. This is not a sports city. It's known for just about everything else but sports.
Yeah, like I say, man, I agree with y'all, man. That's the first thing on my mind. I say, let them people have their flowers, man. Cleveland, they had a good season, or anybody, man, let them have their flowers. Let them get a taste of winning games, feeling like with a championship. You know, it's like, and plus they get the rings, Let them get a taste of what winning feels like in winning a championship. And these are young players coming into the NBA. They're trying to fight for a roster spot. You got guys with getting two-way contracts. If they don't win a battle in training camp, if they in Cleveland, they can probably go somewhere else and get a spot. Let these young people, let these people do their thing and celebrate and get a taste of what winning feels like, or winning a championship feels like, or tasting the champagne. So I don't think it's too much. I definitely like winning, like them getting the rings and getting shirts and stuff, like making them feel like they won something. They actually. And they young. They just coming in the league. So I like what Summer League is doing. That's why I pay attention.
Get their confidence up.
Yeah. That's what it does. So that's why I'm not even mad that my Rockets lost the championship. I'm just happy that they got a taste of winning with a new head coach. I'm just happy that they got a taste of winning. That's all. And I'm happy to see them young players go out there and compete. That's all I care about. But Kyle, right? The Rockets are coming. And hey, Kyle, thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man.
Started, Kyle.
Yeah, but yeah, man, shout out to everybody that came in the chat. This is the end of the morning show, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my brother Cool McCain, man. Shout out to you, brother. Congratulations on your chat. Hey, take care of my boy Jay Huff, man. He just got a 2-way contract with us, man, from y'all, because he played with us. So shout out to Jay Huff from getting that 2-way contract with y'all. See, that's what I'm talking about. Jay Huff played for my Rockets in the Summer League, and he earned himself a 2-way contract in Denver. That's why I say Summer League is something. It's something to a lot of these people and a lot of these coaches. It's something to these people. So, Jerry, tell people they can follow you at.
You can follow me on I have my own podcast, Jory Sports Stories, on Apple, YouTube, growing a YouTube channel. You can also find me here every Wednesday. Well, I'll try to be every Wednesday on the Coffee and Sports Morning Show. And I got some other things working in the works too. I don't want to reveal them just yet, but it's coming. But you can follow me on YouTube and find me here on the network.
Yeah, we ain't talking about no Tennessee type. We ain't gonna do
that.
I'm just go ahead, Mari. Go ahead.
Y'all can follow me on TikTok and Twitter at Maria Knows Best. Mario knows best. Yeah, and my YouTube is also Mario knows best. I have yet to post any videos yet though, but yeah, those are my socials.
Yeah, gotcha. All I say, no introduction, no introduction to me. Y'all know where to find me at. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find. I'm about to go chill with my guy Desmond Bain. He right across the street from me right now. So other than that, as for your boy Coach Dante, Jerry, and Mario, we'll see y'all guys in the next morning show. Y'all know when that is. That is tomorrow, man. Peace out, y'all. Have a good morning.